Hey guys, welcome back to KasMI. I wanted to give you guys a quick price update on Caspa. It's been a couple days and I thought it'd be relevant given our big green candle today. I like to stay a little bit more on top of the action as it's happening. Making videos every single day with regards to price action is not really necessary because, especially with this market, it just seems like we have low volume. But the last time we talked about Casper, we talked about this line of support, which is holding up. We were talking about it back here a couple days ago, and it's holding up. We came down and tested it again and we have taken off and we've tested this line of resistance, which is the 20-day moving average as well. Could actually zoom in a little more here. So this is kind of what we're looking at in the short term, meaning the last 30 days or so. Uh, with the exception of this breakdown from the 2.9 cent range, where we went down to 2.7 cents, we're holding up on this line of support. But to be fair, we have officially tested it twice. Okay. And well, technically, we've tested it three times if you include this. I'm trying to be optimistic. And to me, it's very likely that if we do not get the momentum to get above this 20-day moving average, we're going to go down below it on the next downturn. So realistically, going down to 2.7 cents, I think is more likely. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the trend is your friend, right? We're in a bearish market for the last, we could go all the way back to January 15th of this year. That was the last time we broke above the 20-day moving average. So that's 45 days, give or take, that we've spent below the 20-day moving average. That to me is a trend, and it's very likely that we're going to stay below it. Um, just looking at the trend. Having said that, what I will say is we are seeming to bottom out here, okay? Whereas we had these very steep declines here. Uh, this is a very steep decline. Uh, we have another one here. If you want to transfer it over here, this is a very steep decline, right? And in the same amount of time. This is from January 5th to the end of January. And over here on our descending triangle, kind of, it's a broken descending triangle, we have sort of leveled out for 30 days. So just because we've leveled out, that means that we could probably see a little bit more stability in the price, and that's great. And who knows how long this will last? I mean, it's possible this is really Caspa's first full cycle. This could last for 18 months, just kind of consolidating at the same price range. But if you are looking for more utility for your crypto, please check out Casmart. We accept three current currencies currently, excuse me. And Caspa is the main one. We always focus on Caspa first. You can basically buy and sell anything on Casmart, including goods and services. So check that out if you're into Caspa. Realistically, I don't see a buying opportunity at this price point, just given that we're more likely to see downside. Everything in trading or reading the chart, this is not financial advice, by the way, is just about uh, probability. And probability is we're going to see more downside given given the velocity of the chart. So what I did want to do is just zoom out one more time because what I like to do is contribute three lines of support and three lines of resistance. That's kind of how I measure out where we're at. And right here, we technically have a line of resistance at the 339 cent range, which would be our most local resistance. This one here, we're going to turn it to a dashed line. Okay. And in between that, The next line of resistance is going to be, it's tough to say. It's tough to say given the velocity of the market lately. But if I had to take a guess, I'd say it would be right about right here. And the reason for that is this, we have this line being tested here. Okay, let me just make these. I use a solid line for the most local, a dashed line for the next most local, and then a dotted line for the furthest away. And I do that for resistance and support. So to reiterate, our most local resistance is right here at 3 cents. Our second most local resistance is at 4 cents. And our third most local resistance is at 5.2 cents. And this is kind of where we could see some range. I honestly think that until we see a break above 3 cents, we're not moving up. Um, this has been tested. Look how many times just locally in the last month. This is a whole range here, right? And it's been tested 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 times we've tested this as resistance. So until we see a price break above 3 cents, there's really nothing else to say that's bullish. And same thing if, until we see a close below the 2.9 cents, it's nothing to say that's bearish. Um, I've said in the past how I really look for a candle close above the moving average, and we have not seen that yet at all in 45 days. So until we see a break above the moving average, a candle close, and then a full candle close above this, I don't see this as anything bullish. Um, and then after that, we also have to break above the 3 cent range and have a candle close above that as well. So that's kind of my rundown of Caspa on a local level. I, of course, am permanently long-term bullish on Caspa. I think that the core dev team delivers, but from a technical analysis standpoint, I think we have a lot of work to do. And I think we'll be in this range for a little while longer with a greater probability that we're going to see more downward price action. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next video.